Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from my location. This is Biafra TV sending you warming and happy weekend also. I want to thank all the Biafrans and say happy weekend to all of us. And I also want to greet all the lovers of freedom and also the haters of freedom also. That I want you to be alive and see what will be the outcome of what we are doing. And we will see how you hide your face in shame. And how you denounce Biafra to turn back to remain in one Nigeria, like many people. People of Bangladesh, it happens to them. People of what? Bengali, it happens to them. People of Finland, it happens to them also. Many who was against the pursuing of their people to have a total outright freedom. When the people that they never believe that they will got them the freedom got it, they hide their face in shame. So that shame should be a portion. Who is fighting against United States of Biafra, and you, who is also presenting yourself as real enemy to the cause of Biafra. Honestly, I must tell you that I am sorry for you, because you did not understand the meaning of what you are doing, that you are using your hand to destroy yourself. That is what we are just doing. And we are going to help you, wash you clearly. You take your hand, collect rope, hang yourself. That is what you are doing to yourself. You are doing yourself more harm than good. I am not here to tell you to stop. No, I am here to tell you continue. After every marathon run race, there must be a winner. In every marathon run race, there must be a winner. And the winner must marry from somebody maybe you might not even believe. Some people that win in the world is not people that believe they win. They are the one winning. So when you are undergrading the government and also abusing your own country, that is when in Igbo's adage they used to say that no brass no buri onwe. No again, no brass no ya buru onwe. That is the real truth of what you are doing to yourself. That is why I'm not asking you to stop, because you are not putting food from your nose, or rather putting food into your eyes. That's the same sense that are deceiving you. That is the same sense and the same head used to do evil. You used to talk nonsense, social media. It's the same sense that direct you, I need to put food from my mouth. I need to listen from my ear. I need to see from with my eyes. And use my head to calculate what I'm passing or what I'm seeing in a day. So that is why I'm not asking you to stop. I am asking you to keep on destroying yourself. Bring out really you, the more sabo inside you, bring it out. One thing that you don't know, that you can't stop the government into what they are doing, because the government understand what they are doing and why they have to do that. These are very imperative, and these are things that we need to know. And of that opinion, they tell that the things that we are doing, the time has changed. The time that we're into has called for a very powerful change into all of us, and also for us to know the time that we are into that has really changed. You also got to change things you do in social media also. You also try to know what you're representing and who you are. And into the movement that we're into right now, what are the most important things that will draw international community attention to the government, to the new country, to understand the importance of the new country and the new government? These are the areas that you need to checkmate yourself on it very well. You need to ask yourself, what do I represent? Do I represent the government in a way that social media, when people of international community pass across my platform, they will say, yes, this person is making a little bit common sense. It's not about the way we think. It's not about what we gaze. We are no longer in the era to gaze. No. We are in the era of to follow every existing protocol. So we can be able to stand on that protocol, present our mandates, and get what we are looking for. This is in the era of where we are, that all of us must join hands together to make the government look very responsible and look mature. When you make your government look responsible, you look responsible. When you make the government not to look responsible, you are not responsible, because you cannot present what is responsible without you being responsible. Many people are not paying attention to the right hand on the wall. Many of us think like, it's supposed to be this way now. Let me say it this way it is. That is exactly what many of us are doing. So I am telling you that the time we are into is no longer that time where we do it the way we want. It's no longer that particular hour. It's where we are. The hour, the seconds, the minutes has changed, that we must upgrade ourselves. Looking for histories of some countries. Looking for the history of some countries. Looking for how those that have been there before us, how they have got it. And also looking for that thing that makes Chukwuemeka Odumegwu fell in 1967 to 1970. Only one thing make our dean Chukwuemeka Odumegwu fail. Go and study all his movement, all his activities of the Biafran War. He carries the war to a very high esteem that the world could not even believe on it. But what is that one thing? What makes him to fail? Biafra to become a failed state? We could have been first people before Bangladesh. There is many countries because our own is 1960 and their own is 1970. Do you see the difference? If Chukwuemeka Odumegwu got just only one international recognition, we are not going to be here today to be talking about getting international recognition. Mazen Kanu will never be in prison. We will not be. We have become a country we have become an existing country since over 1967 to 1970 till this date we are into. You would have seen that we have seen many countries. So when you study what makes Chukwuemeka Odumegwu fail, then you will know why and things we have to do to make sure that we did not fail. I see you, Gabriel Nwa Obodo. Good morning from here, senior man. I see you, my friend from India. Good morning. I am from United States of Biafra. I repeat, I am from United States of Biafra. The new country that was declared, that was declared on November 29, 2024, seeking for what India helped Bangladesh to do. That is what we are seeking for. That is recognition as one of the newest country in the world right now. We left Nigeria because of the killings, because of the inhuman treatment, because of the abuse of rights, because of that Nigeria means death sentence to every indigenous people. Nigeria is a country that the Fulanis, the Boko Haram, are killing the indigenous people. And those Fulanis and those Boko Haram, those bandits, none of them are they are non-citizen in the north. So the only way they find a way of doing something is by using gun and bullets with armor tanker to wipe and massacre the indigenous people. You will be sleeping in the night, and in the morning they will find your dead body. They will come, they will use knife, they will use gun, or they will use all manner of weapon to destroy and burn down the houses. In a house in Plateau, 11 people died inside one house with small children, with newborn babies. They have been killing it so much. Then that is why the Biafran people will decide that we want to be alive like you from India. We did what Bangladesh did against Pakistan by declaring their independence and walk away from Pakistan. And I know through the history that your first prime minister or your first president, Gandhi, helped Bangladesh to become a new country. So we give you a round of applause for Gandhi standing up to fight for the rights of the people of Bangladesh. Doka, you're welcome. Good morning. So that is what we, the Biafran, are seeking for. If there is anything India want in our hand, we have a lot of mineral resources that makes Britain to collude with Nigeria, want to wipe us, the Biafran people, away, where they call right now, they call it before, Eastern region, where we, the indigenous people, have stand up, conduct our self-referendum votes. We, with over 50 million Biafrans, like me, said, we don't want Nigeria. We denounce this Nigeria called death sentence. The meaning of one Nigeria is death sentence. And we denounce it and say, no, we are no longer a member of this death sentence that we want to be alive. I am going to give you some videos, some evidence of what is going on, why we decided to leave. Because our life is no longer safe. Our life is no longer what? Safe. And we decide to do what? To leave. So we are not here to talk and put stories, but we're here to bring the evidence of what is happening and what is going on. And if you are the one, are you not going to leave? If you are the one, are you going to love to stay in such a place that are killing your people, wiping your people away, and taking over your houses and your land and your borders? That is why we, the Biafran people, stood up and said, no, let us put an end to this. Putting an end to this will keep us alive, so we can protect our own border. Nigeria border does not have control. That is why all migrants of the Boko Haram insurgency, bandits, like Rowa and all of them are in Nigeria. They want to make Nigeria a safe haven, from where they will attack even India very soon. Once you are not jihadist Islamic, they want to attack you and suppress you, bring you down, become on top of you. These are the things we reason. And the Biafran people stood up and said, no, we are not going to leave in this contraction. We want to be alive. Look at the Fulanis, those I'm talking about.
But I believe one day people will argue, it will reach them.
Yes.
I'm doing this because I want to Nigeria to work. Look at Boko Haram.
These are Boko Haram.
But I believe one day people will argue, it will reach them.
So, madam, my friend from India, this is what we are passing through. These people that show you their picture here are the Boko Haram. They want to wipe every indigenous person away. You see the way they are coming with a rocket launcher, AK-47. There is no kind of weapon that they do not have. So we are protesting, begging India and all the countries to India to help us to do what they did the time of Pakistan and Bangladesh, for us to live life today. So please, we are on our ground, we are on our knees begging the world to save us from these hands of these people by recognizing United States of Biafra as a new country. Listen to this.
Nigeria might keep quiet, maybe
look at
south or south, might keep quiet because it's not in their state. This is how they will keep expanding. When they fully capture the whole north, you think they will remain in north?
You are a fool. Because that is why the Biafran people are calling. That is why Mazen Nandekan is in detention. Because this is what he's fighting for. Do you think we are making any sense? My sister, what we are studying is why we are calling to divide Nigeria. They are expanding more than what you think. They are in all over states, that in all over counties, in that so-called one Nigeria. That means that sentence. That sentence, that one Nigeria means that sentence is what we are fighting to remove from. And it's only dividing the country, giving every indigenous people, divide according to their tribal line. That is only why this is going to stop. Do you think we are making sense? You are not making sense because you are still believing in one Nigeria. You believe that name that our people used to kill you. Until you denounce that name that people used to kill you, then you will see road. The Biafran people, Mazen Nandekan, has been calling for this to stop it. That is why you must pay attention and follow United States of Biafra as the savior of every indigenous person in the contraction. In that one Nigeria means death sentence to every indigenous person. That is what one Nigeria means. The Boko Harams are the one having fun, moving around, calling the meeting, give them mic to address the public, do as they like. But when any indigenous person try it, they will sentence him to death for the second time. Because in the first place, once you are one Nigeria, it simply means you have been death sentenced by that name already. So we are calling on America to have pity on us. Give us that your sympathy by recognizing United States of Biafra as a full country. Now we have effective government.
See the numbers of people bandits in what state? God. See the number. It's obvious that everybody there is already a bandit now. It's now a bandit. That bandit is just is like a legal entity. A legal entity in North. Kaduna, Plateau, Bono, Nasarawa, Kwara. Or is
now they have captured 14 states in the
that
north.
The governments are not telling us, or I can say that their own state governments are not telling us. Are they benefiting from it? Why are they keeping quiet?
You are asking. The government of Nigeria is the bandit by themselves.
Of their community, that state,
Nigeria government is the bandit by themselves.
Like it breaks my heart into pieces. This is human being.
You never see anything because
when
Mazen Nandekan and the Biafran people are calling for it, you refuse.
Whether they are native doctors, tradition, we don't care.
How do you care when we have been saying it for over how many 10 to 15 years ago?
They say that injustice play them here. It's happening in Kaduna.
Is it now,
that it cannot happen in Enugu or in Anambra.
It's happening everywhere. if the bandits are not killing, Nigerian military are in Biafra land doing the same job. Because it's the same banditry people that Nigeria, the Boko Haram that Nigeria rehabilitated and give them gun. So they come into our land to burn our market, our houses, our people, and kidnap and kill them. That is what we are seeing. That is what is happening to us. I want you to know that that is what we are passing through. So you saying it does not make a difference. It's only that today you wake up. Thank you for waking up from your slumber. Thank you for waking up from what? From your slumber. Thank you for waking up from your sleeping also either. Because the Biafran people have played all the templates, and it lets all of you know in the earlier stage that it's only dividing one Nigeria is only thing that can save all of us. Now, see the main reason why we decided to leave. See it. How they are killing, buying people. How these bandits, how these Boko Haram people, what they are doing in our ancestral homes. We will not go to them. They are the one coming afternoon, morning, night to kill the Christians. Look at it here, mass burial. YouTube, please, this music is, I don't have power over this music. I don't have power over it. Please allow me to show the video. What we are seeing is the dead body inside a casket. Many massacred in one day. Over 35 people was killed in one community, in one county one day. This is what Nigeria is bleeding. Look at it. In one day, they killed these men, small children. Look at it. That is why we, the Biafran, has existed that contraction called Nigeria. The meaning of one Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous people. I hope you can see it here, how they are killing, what is going on. Are you seeing this? And many of them. Are you seeing this? This is what is happening, what we are passing through. And we want you to know and see it. That's why the Biafran people make a declaration of United States of Biafra on November 24, on November 29, 2024. To exit for us to be alive. If you are these people, that this number you are seeing here today, many has gone. They are no longer alive today. Many, see how mothers and children and everybody is crying. This is what we are doing. What? You see what people are passing through. But this has been happening from many years ago now. It has been happening. So they have bring my page down now before. Now this is not my first page. YouTube, if Nigeria government like what we're experiencing is paying human to shut our page down, that means that the owner of YouTube is corrupt. That is how I say my own. Yes, I see a friend who asked me from where I am. I am from United States of Biafra. The country that was officially declared on November 29, 2024. We exit from Nigeria because The meaning of Nigeria is death sentence. That is the meaning of one Nigeria, death sentence to indigenous people. The video I just showed you now is indigenous people of one state. They killed 35 people one day, and it leads to what? Mass burial. It's been happening every blessed day. As I'm talking to you today, before today we're gone, if you didn't hear about 2 or 5 people killed, that means what is happening. That's why we are coming with the evidence for you to see what we are passing through, and why we are calling for international community to grant us our official recognition. Because giving us our international recognition is what will stop this. So we go and protect our border. So before you come, our border guide, we know what to do, to know who you are. Do you know that these people enter from Niger, from Chad without passports, and today they have a land in all over North, and also in our butches in our area? When we have that mandate from the international community as a new country, then we will be able to defend our border and so nobody will say, oh, you are killing people, you are this, you are a criminal, you are no. That is why we are asking for the mandate of the international recognition from the members of UN, or from India, or from China, any country in the world that's a member of UN. We are asking for us to protect our border, for the killing to stop. Hear cry of mothers at the international community. How do you feel when your own children, your own wife, your own papa, your own mama are the one crying like this? They kill her children, also kill her mother. You see? Why they are sleeping and she escaped. UN, we are calling on you. EU, are you not seeing what's happening? Is it what you wish people? Then we will wish it back to you. This is what people are passing through every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30, 20, 40, 50. That is what Nigeria breeds. Death sentence to every indigenous people. By the Fulani bandit. Look at the lifeless body. A woman, a grandmother who is sleeping in the morning, she has been slaughtered by the bandits, by the Fulanis. This is why the Biafran people stood up and make our declaration as a new country called United States of Biafra, to save our life, to preserve our life. Because without this country called United States of Biafra, we are not going to preserve our life. The United States of Biafra is a tool to preserve our life. That is why we need it so much in our life. To have our own country. Number 1, to protect our own border, so nobody will penetrate into the land, into the country, without knowing who he is and search him. That's why we are calling on the UN to grant us our self-referendum, to grant us our international recognition that we really need it for us to be alive. If you mean that you're a human being, we want them to continue on this wheel of supporting the people of United States of Biafra to exit, that have already exited Nigeria on November 29, 2024. We have met all the criteria in the world. We have met a permanent population of people. We have a defined trajectory. Means we have 40 states that's made up of United States of Biafra as a country. We have an effective government that can be able to enter to sign agreements and treaties to any corner that wants anything for us. We have met those 4 criteria you asked us to meet. And now we are on November 4th. We are conducting our first election in 3 states in United States of Biafra out of the 40. 3 states are conducting the election, which I have voted in my own state, or the Mebu state. I have voted. We have started earlier voting online, like what foreign countries are doing, how they do the election. That is the process we are going. I vote my own online with my gadget, with my phone inside my room. So this killing will stop, and nobody will come to snatch away ballot box. And nobody will kill you on the day of election, because you can do it inside your room and relax. Then if you want to go out, you can go out peacefully and exercise your right. It's your franchise right to exercise. I see you there, Jadaga. Good morning. I see you, Olu State. Yeah, this is Olu State. Good morning. Good morning. I know that you are the one. Thank you so much for coming. So, my people, we have presented to the world what we are passing through and why they have to come in our rescue, because of all this killing, and because of they hold our president Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because of what is going on through today. I want the world also to listen to what he said in the past, that Met Nigeria went to Kenya to kidnap him. Yes, we are happy that some of the international community are talking, but let them sanction and revoke Nigeria's territorial integrity. Let us see this. The Nigeria territorial integrity must be revoked back if UN values human rights.
In 2021,
Listen to
Mr.
this.
Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen, was abducted by Nigerian security forces in Nairobi, Kenya. Since this detention, he has been subjected to torture and many other unpleasantries. A United Nations Rights Council report released a damning assessment of Nigeria's government's treatment and called for his immediate release. My right honourable friend from Camberwell and Peckham has worked tirelessly on behalf of Mr. Kanu and is urging the Foreign Secretary to do more to secure his release. Nigeria is a Commonwealth nation that receives tens of millions in UK aid. It is one of the biggest benefactors of aid. Part of this aid support must be a commitment to human rights and upholding the right to fair trials. Mr. Kanu must be given access to a fair and due process. A British citizen travelling on the British passport should not be kidnapped in a third country and dragged to a Nigerian prison. The government needs to get much tougher.
Do you hear it? That is our leader, who was kidnapped and returned to Nigeria with illegal, with non-rights process. They kidnapped him illegally, brought him down to Nigeria. Because of what? Listen for why you are hiding this woman, what you have from this woman that she was saying about what is going on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now the world, listen to why they kidnapped him and ask yourself, is it not true? This is why they kidnapped
Any
him.
day we learn to stop blaming the victims, this world will be a better place.
This is the man they kidnapped.
Very statements to the US ambassador, to the UK High Commissioner, to the EU presence in the zoo, and the UN as well. I know all of you will do nothing. We are not Muslims, so you're not going to help us. That's
Do you hear that?
Sure. But we have something that you do not have. We have the grace, the might, and protection of God Almighty in heaven. And we know that God exists. And as long as He liveth, as my name is Nnamdi, my Redeemer liveth, as long as God lives in heaven, all of you can never triumph against us. Any day
this is why they kidnap him, because of saying the truth. And they want to buy him, they want to waste his life, off his life, because of the truth that he's giving to the world. But this is a man, before he joined this movement of Biafra, he was protesting for killings happening in Nigeria when he believed in one Nigeria, until the spirit of Biafra enters him and conquered him, and he stopped talking about one Nigeria. Look at him when he was protesting against the killings going on in Nigeria as a full-blood civilian of Nigeria. That is why when you see those those that are talking trash, you do a such video, ask them, can they act like this? This is him.
Is to protest the killing of innocent women and children.
It did not start today. This is in London.
All over Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy. We are not pleased with what is happening. And that is why we are here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families. People who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, to the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in what they're doing. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cover people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are very mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the council committee for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 67 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from continuing.
This is a man that they are being held. This is a man that Britain remains silent. A man who was fighting for who was fighting to stop the killing when he believes in one Nigeria. So I don't see you on comment section. I don't see you on live programs on your channel or Facebook or anywhere talking trash against him. I don't see you, because you can never speak like him, because he can never lead people. Even in the midst of one Nigeria, he becomes a spokesperson. And he was telling us, everybody here, that they want to work with Nigerian government. Let there be peace and stop killing that happening in the north. Today, the killing there is a child's play to compare to what is happening today. This is a man they kidnapped, and with British passport, and Britain remains silent because he's exposing the evil of Britain, because he knew that Britain is the problem. Britain is one giving Nigeria hand to continue this, penetrating this evil they are doing. But look at the man that people today stand up to fight for. Look at the man that people are talking trash against him. A man who has fought and begged and worked with the Nigerian government to stop the evil. They now take me to another little movement, to say another little thing. For those, Ngozi is working with Nigeria, he's agent of Nigeria, he comes to destroy Igbo land. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu here. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, standing firm, proven being a one Nigeria, before the Biafra spirit grabbed him and told him, go and liberate your people. When the spirit of our ancestors are looking for someone to send after the failure of Owazurike and the Chukwuemeka, the spirit of Biafra captured him and picked him and said, go and save your people. Because of he come to save us, that is why they kidnap him. That's why they want to kill him. That is why when the spirits find out that, oh, they have kept him silent, the spirit raised Simon and Joko to speak, to carry their affairs on Biafra, to defend Biafra land. And the enemies gathered together, put him where he is today. Enemies in the house and the enemies within. That wasn't enough. The spirit still moving. The spirit catched Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, captured her, conquered her, told her, you are a woman, go and do it. That is what we are seeing that's going on. Look at that man. He's from Igbo, he's from People's Club of Nigeria. Look at Martin Nandekano. You can't play such a video on your YouTube because you know that you are lying to the people. You know that for sure. That you are lying to the people. That is why you are doing. We are presenting these videos for the world to know that we know why we went ahead to declare Biafra. Look at that man who is a leader, who is the president of United States of Biafra right now, who championed one Nigeria. And today, he is championing the cause of his own people, and he was kidnapped. For 10 years, he's in prison in the hands of Nigeria. And you even kidnapping him with a British passport. And because of the oil that Oluga had made him to amalgamate Nigeria, they refused to speak for their own citizen. That is why you who claim you are in Britain and they are against this movement, the thing will reach you. And your own will be worst. But nobody will talk about you. You would languish in prison. I see you, my brother Coachus. Good morning from here. I see you, Officer AJ. Good morning from here. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate your comments. Yes, on this platform, hallowed platform of bitter truths, the nickname of this platform is Bitter Truth. We will tell you the truth the way it is. Even if you're against me, it doesn't matter, because the truth is always bitter. I am not going to be able to present what will make you laugh. No. I'm here to trigger you to reason and to understand the importance of our official declaration. For Mazen Nandekan to be free is in the hands of United States of Biafra recognition, like every other hero who fought for their country, like Maghandi of India, like Juma Kanyehata of Kenya, like Nelson Mandela, like Rahiman of Bangladesh. These are those who stood up and liberated their people, and they all got arrested and detained and imprisoned. They only released immediately their country got an international recognition. That is the level where Mazen Kanu is now, because Biafra has been declared. It could have been easy for Nigeria to pardon him, release him, if we never declared Biafra. You don't understand the game. Jennifer, it's been long. How are you doing, my sister? I hope you're good. Remember, on this page, we have a code, hashtag free Mazen Nandekano, Britain/Nigeria government. Free the president of United States of Biafra, a prisoner of conscience. You must use that name, president, for Mazen Nandekano. And use that name, Prime Minister, for Simon Ebanjoko. These are names that are draws attentions of the international global community. We must do it. And we have to call them the names that was meant for them. I'll give you more one video about Mazen Nandekano before we go into our headline today. If you know, you know. The level where we are is no longer that way we are reasoning. The level where we are is where we must understand the handwriting on the wall.
Will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Have you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad? There is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see very clearly. I was warning you in 2014, 2015, 2016. They said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World War Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? It's not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor from those states. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabangeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace those mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village, before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is jaundiced, it is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do something? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want you to come and say, we're intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. Claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax Yoruba forest. It's your every Nigerian is free to live anywhere and do their business anywhere. Yes, but when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kano, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels. But you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quick notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we will have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? Those saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, they will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As soldiers of Kadu did that Lord Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope most of them have proved to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olu. Hope most of them will give them land in Olu. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you want Nigeria. That was why Obi was talking rubbish. Was yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Intl in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you're from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president.
I hope you heard it clearly. This is why they kidnap him, because of exposition of all the truth and all the lies. I thank God that the owl Sapo has sat understand that they are coming out. You have one of them yesterday on our emergency fundraising, this little child of 16 years, telling you how they support what we are doing. And the God levels, we take the other way, they don't understand the meaning of that thing. That is what is called collaborate. That is what is called people coming together. Please, on this junction, our phone line is open before we go into our second session. This is what I planned for 1 hour this morning to present to the world. 1, what we are passing through. 2, why the kidnappers and the can all has been played out. So the number is free to call this morning. My number is +9 7 336051 if you want to call me this morning. That is the number you can call to make your own contribution before we go into second session of this our program this morning. The number to call remains plus 9 7 33 60 51 337. You can call and also make your own suggestion. Yes, we are still waiting for the call. We are going to be on our comment section and see our people. I'll start from the down and go up. My brother, official AJ, said, Hausa people are peaceful with Biafran's achievement. For sure. You can see it all over. You can see it. Again, he said, Hausa people are most calmness tribe in Nigeria. Now the Fulani from Sahara deserts have ruled them. Yes, the Fulanis are the one ruling them. They are the one. I see you, John. You're welcome. I see you, my sister Jennifer. Holy, Mazinan, the Canada Savior, for sure. For sure. And I see you, Ugo Chuku. Good morning from here. You're welcome. Please like and share it. If it's your first time of coming, you will like the program. You will see a 3 dots on your right eyes, or there is a 3 dots in front of your screen. Click on that 3 dots and it will open. You will see like and share, and also subscribe. This is Real Biafra TV. And also, once subscribe, you will see a notification, a bell. Touch it one. It will take you to personal notification. Click on it one, and it will open. So you will know when we are live and we are direct. We present the matters. I see my brother Olu State, Mazinan Nekanu, live with God, good health, and see our nation stand. He said, yes, so he said, my brother, official AJ. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see you, coaches. Nigeria and Britain, free Mazinan Nekanu, the president of United States of Biafra. Thank you so much. Hashtag Finland Freeman Simon Eban, the Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. Thank you so much for that. That is the code on this platform. This country should be dissolved, divide, so everyone should just live within themselves. Good morning from... Yes, just. My brother, is what we are asking for. Nothing more than that. Divide Nigeria according to the tribal line. Let the war end. The clean of Benua, the clean in the northwest, so everybody will protect their border, and the Fulani cannot penetrate from all the way from Sahara, enter Senegambia, and enter inside our land. It will stop. Only divide can stop it. The Hausa people will protect their border, the Yorubas will protect their border, the Benue people can protect their border, the Biafra people can also protect their border. If somebody passes say he's going to Biafra land, those and the north will contact Nigeria, contact Biafran border and say, do you know? They say no. Then from there they will chase them back, or even arrest them. That is the truth. These are pure truths. And this killing will stop. The killing is too much. It's only dividing it will stop this mass burial. The world only divide Nigeria will stop the mass burial. Will stop the killings of the indigenous people in their own ancestral land. Look at this. know they don't have over the music. Look at it. Not animals, human being that has right to live. The amalgamation of one Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous person. That is why it must be divided right now. People of Idoma from Benue can also have their own country and protect their border. People, the dying in Benue will stop. We are here to fight for every indigenous person. We are not fighting for tribe. No. We are fighting for every indigenous person to be free in their own ancestral land. That is why we are fighting. Nothing more than that, my people. We must start off to make that we end this enclave, this death sentence called one Nigeria. Remember, we are waiting for calls. If call in the next 10 minutes call did not come,
I'm doing this because I want to Nigeria.
We will move on with our program this morning. So if you want to call, you have this time to call.
That are slaughtering Christians in Nigeria. Me that is speaking out, I don't know tomorrow. They may come and arrest me. Yes, I don't know. They may come and take me. I don't know. Because if you speak the truth in Nigeria, the next thing that they will arrest you or they will try to kill you. I don't know what will happen.
That is why the name is death sentence.
For my brothers, my sisters, Christians, they have been slaughtered in Nigeria. I will keep on speaking for my brothers and sisters, Christians in Nigeria. I will not keep silent. As long as this killing is going on, as long as this thing is going on, I will keep on speaking.
Look at my member. The wife of my reverend. I'm just coming from there. Since they kidnapped her yesterday night, and this village is very close to that, as if they are planning.
Legends take center stage at the Santiago.
Sorry, you know, advert must YouTube and their adverts must come. So it's not my fault. I'm looking for one.
But when we learned there before yesterday that security came to this area, and
UK, this is why we are calling on you, EU, UN, Britain, all of you, America, to divide Nigeria, to recognize United States of Biafra, to end this impunity,
to also conduct search or to conduct search to have those persons arrested. That's the pointer to the fact that we are on our own. We learned there before yesterday that security came to this area in search of a suspicious missing Fulani header.
Listen.
And today, someone is lying dead because of that. And we have not seen the military going into the bush to also conduct search or to conduct search to have those persons arrested. That's the pointer to the fact that we are on our own.
Yes,
we learned there before yesterday that security came to this area in search of a suspicious missing Fulani header. And today, someone is lying dead because of that. And we have not seen the military going into the bush to also conduct search or to conduct search to have those persons arrested. That's the pointer to the fact that we are on our own.
But when it comes to saying the truth with facts on the ground, look
at how people lie lifeless.
The president of Khan in Nigeria denied. What sort of president? I hope he's not a member of a cultism. Because if he's a member of the cultism, but when it comes to saying the truth with facts on the ground,
look at people lying lifelessly.
The president of Khan in Nigeria denied.
The evil man.
What sort of president?
They have given him money.
I hope he's not a member of a cultism.
He is.
Because if he's a member of the cultism, but when it comes to saying
you hear this?
On the ground.
That is what people are passing through.
I challenge Nigeria police headquarters.
This is what is happening. And that is why the people of Biafra stood up and did what? I said, no, we want our free nation called United States of Biafra. The only solution to put an end to all this treatment. Look at the Boko Harams. Look at those we're talking about. Look at what they are brandishing. They are in Nigeria, inside the bush. And the government is sponsoring them. Look at this. Then you will tell me who is the sponsor. Look at this. Those are killing the indigenous people. Look at what they are showcasing on social media. You see it? Look at them. Tell me how UK, the aid you are giving to Nigeria is to use it to buy equipment and give to Fulanese. This is one of the videos of the money, the aid you said on this platform that Nigeria is one of the countries people give highest aid. The aid you are giving to Nigeria is for use to establish bandits. That is what Nigeria used to buy this and give to them. Look at, they are the one giving, look at it. Bandits inside bush. Park their car, showcasing it. And Nigeria don't know here. If here is a Biafra land, they will all be here. Yeah, man. Look at it here. The High Commission of Britain, the aid that people are giving to Nigeria is to build and sponsor bandits. Stop giving them any aid. The aid is not for the indigenous people. The aid is not for the ancestral people. People of Benue are dying. In the north, everywhere. Look at the aid that the world are giving to Nigeria. Look at what Nigeria is using that aid to do. The aid brings death sentence to us. Stop giving the revoke their mandates. Look at it. See that aid you are giving. You are giving one of the Nigeria one of the highest million or billions for aid. Look at it. Look at the aid here. You know how much the only one of this arm in this guy's hand. If you know how much you'll be wrong. Look at the kind of look at the kind of the look at the kind of what they pack. You see it? Look at it. Look at it clearly. This is that aid you are giving to them. See what they need to do. We are calling on you to stop. Recognize Biafra. Give us that aid. We use it and chase them away in all over our country. We ask for, in case if you want to call, this is the only time you have to call on this platform, on this program. But when we go into second session, we are not going to allow any call to come in. So I ask you, if you want to call, please call now. Because when we go into the next session, it might take us another 1 hour before we round it up or more than that. So please, if you have anything to say, you are free to call now. You are free to call now. If you look at what is going on, then you will understand that it is well orchestrated, that it is well planned. That's what Mazda Kanu has already saw in the future is what is happening right now. And that is why they arrested him, because that is why they kidnapped him, because he exposed the future agenda of Nigeria with bandits and Boko Haram. That is why. And today, if you are doubting Mazda Kanu, if you are from Benue or from North, now what are you saying? He's your savior. You want to stop it. And what happens? You refuse. You don't want to pay attention to him, and you thought he's just an ordinary man making noise in social media. Today, everything that he has put in the past has been what? Has been here. And it's happening live and direct. What is happening? All the whole thing that Mazda Kanu give out to us is happening in our own 2 eyes. And we're seeing it. Look at it. UK, look at the aid you are giving to Nigeria. What is costing to the indigenous people
that were massacred
Look
at
at it.
Yelwarachas village, Barikilak, the local government of Plateau State on the 4th.
Plateau. Hey, yeah, we'll have a phone call. We'll come back after the phone call, my people. Hello, good morning, ma.
Yeah, good morning. Jennifer on the line.
Yo, welcome. Thank you. First time. Finally, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you
No,
so
I've
much.
called you once, but I didn't tell you my name.
Okay.
So I'm on my way to work. I'll be very, very brief.
No, it's okay. Thank you so much.
All this is, first of all, I just want to thank you for the effort you are making. In fact, since I started following you, I have learned a lot. Then, in all these things, my biggest pain and disappointment is our people who have refused to see that Nigeria is not for us. They are still held by we are Nigerians. Everything that is happening around them, is it not enough to tell them we are not one? We are not Nigerians. Because as far as I'm concerned, the recognition of Biafra is very, very easy if we all accept that we want Biafra. But the moment I can see a lot of people, when you tell them about Biafra, oh, you want to put me in trouble. You want them to kill me. Oh, leave me with Biafra. You know, when I see such things, I ask myself this question. Is these people, is their brain really working? Look at yesterday, I was watching on YouTube, a man that said in Abuja, the Sharia court seized his shop. He's an evil man. And he was crying. Government, come and help me. I look at him. Which government can you follow? Which government? You have government. You see, when you see such things, you become weak. Look at what happened to them in Lagos. Until now, they still believe they are Nigerians. If in your country you do not feel at home, where will you feel at home? I live in a foreign country, but there's no place like home.
Yes.
And look at what our Onyezi is going through today. If what Onyezi is going through cannot open people's eyes to make them know that this is the time, it is now or never, then I don't know when people will understand that the time is now. The time is now, not tomorrow, not after. So I am calling on every Biafran to wake up. I am calling on every Biafran to sit up, tighten your belts. Biafra is our land, and our land it is. Nobody can drive us away from our father's land. I just want to use this opportunity to tell you Biafrans who might be listening that the time is now for us to wake up.
Yeah.
This fight is not, we are fighting for us, we are fighting for our generations to come. And if we want Onyezi to be free, we are the people to make him free.
Exactly.
Don't think Nigeria will just let him go. They won't. They are using him to play their little politics game. So if we say we love Onyezi and we want Onyezi out, then my brothers and sisters, let's sit up. We are the people to bring him out. That is all I have to say. I don't know who you.
Thank you so much, my dear, my mommy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Be remain blessed. Thank you for your nice suggestion. Thank you so much. Yeah. So the people of Biafra, see, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, like I always said, coming out is in our hand. It's in the hands of United States of Biafra. It's the hands of you and I to support the government by every possible means, to make sure they have all they need to go and do the work for us. That is all we needed. That is what, this is all we need at this time that we are into, nothing more than that. That's why once I will tell you, do not be deceived, that nobody will do it for us. We are the one to do it by ourselves. And if you are waiting for anybody to do it to you, you are wasting your time. That simply means you are not serious and you are not ready. It's only you, me, supporting this government to help them to do things that will lead into our international recognition. It's only way that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, they will stop incarceration and they will be a free person today and come to Biafra land, give us that thing that we are missing. Let us go back to the video we are playing before the call comes in. We want the world to see why we are asking for exit, or why we have already exit Nigeria on November 29, 2024. We don't want to be enter into mass grief.
We were massacred at Yelwarachas village, Barikilak, the local government of Plateau State, on the 14th of this month. Behind his coffin is a story, a family, and a dream. These are not just bodies, but children, parents, siblings, and friends whose potential and contribution to humanity were tragically silent by these bloodthirsty demons. Enough of this Christian cleansing. For how long can we continue like this?
This is how many?
For how long
51.
can people continue to gather to perform mass burial for their beloved ones? Enough of this Christian cleansing going on in Nigeria. We can no longer continue like this. Enough is enough. Enough of this.
I hope you see it clearly. This is what is going on, and this is why the Biafran people stand up and said, no, we can't continue. We won't let our life to be wiped away by uncircumcised Fulanis. We will not allow it anymore. We said it is okay that we are not going to do it anymore. So that is why we are calling on the global community to look into Biafran quest and grant us our own international recognition as Biafran, as in the country of their own independence. Please, we ask to do that for us, to see if you valued life. If you valued life at all, that is what you have to do for us. Yes, we have put to the call, and as we may go in, we are going to do what? We are going to go into the histories and the rights of the United States of Biafra, right for protest. Remember, the topic of my headline is direct to us. Usbg, United States of Biafra government protest means international pressure leading into international recognition and to free PM ESN Mazi Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, the President of the United States of Biafra. That is the headline you see there. Now we are going to go into it so you can understand fully why this is what we have to do to make sure that they are all free. Why the protest is very important. And for me, I don't hide my feelings. You got it from me yesterday. At giving our government my peaceful and loyal submission on what to do and how they can do it. Even the executive one. How our PM, how our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, can also champion the release or recognition of United States of Biafra by going into government areas where the tough people in America normally sit and enjoy themselves on weekend. When she or the 2 or 3 of them are going there, they will carry banner, write things about Biafra, write United States of Biafra seeking for international recognition because of the killings, because of human treatment, all that is happening, and why we need Biafra. They will put it where it's going to be an eyesore of people. When people pass, they see, they read. That is executive protest. It is very important that when you understand it, then you may know why I am sounding the way I always sound, because what we are doing is different from when we are in agitation. No. We are no longer in agitation. Rather, we are in the era of what? Struggle, liberation phase to end every impunity that is going on right now in our life and in country. And also to stop the killings that, like I showed here. That is why I present to let the world see why, if this thing is happening, can you stay if you're citizen of America? Can you stay in such a place that people dies every day like shaking? That people killed, that the bandit, Nigeria bandits, send their bandit to go and kill the innocent people in their ancestral homes, my people. That's why we seek to exit Nigeria. That's why we are fighting for everybody to be free, to end the impunity, to end the killing. We bring Biafra is the only solution to end the killing that is going on in Nigeria, because we will chase away all the invaders. Everybody will control their territory. Nobody will pass, because they must pass through. They are coming from Selgambia, Sahara. They must pass the border before they will enter in. And when the border is being closed, are they going to fly? But because of it is because Nigeria want them, Nigeria border has no security. Nobody is there. No fence. No guidance in the border. That is why you see them rope in. The government are the one bringing them by themselves. They start this time of Goodluck Jonathan. That is when they bring the most baddest one, those that are killing right now. Bulgaria and his cohort brought these people. If they are 1,000, Bulgaria brought 5,000 and they refused to go. And that 5,000 are bringing their people every day in a large number. You can see them brandishing their ammunitions with healers. What else remains? And that healers, is it a healers of 1 naira? The answer is no. The gun you are seeing there, is it a gun of 1 naira? The answer is no. So as you follow me, join me as we go into histories and what we need to do, why I am hitting, why the government need the protest so much. Join me as I go into that, because we cannot do without
you cannot zoo without animals.
Without understanding the importance of. That's why I told you there is things that we have time to do this time. There is things we have to present to the world. We should focus on our internal conflict, but that is not the most thing that will take our time. So, I want you to know as a Biafran, why the government has something to do, why the protest is important for an unorganized government. And the one we are going to listen to first is why the protest is important from the government, or the value of the protest coming from the right source from the government of Biafra than the one that any group are going to call. That is the one we want to start with this morning. So you will see why that when the government call for the protest in abroad, yes, our DPA makes me to understand that they are planning something towards that, and I am happy when she said it. I rest my case. She shut me up by telling me, she asked me, are you working with the government? Are you a government cabinet member? I said no. How are you talking as if you know all our plan? I said, it's the spirit that leads me and guides me into what I'm doing. So we almost know the exact things to do. Level where we are, the things we are we focus on our time, social media. Honestly, yes, they are all important, but we should not give those things more time, more than the right things to do to get international recognition. Listen to this.
It is more important for the government of an unrecognized country to call for protests for international recognition than for a private group of people to do so, because the government's action carries official, diplomatic weight and serves multiple critical state-building functions. A government-led protest is a state-sponsored public declaration of sovereignty, which is a powerful tool in international relations. 1. Establishing official mandate and legitimacy. External. In the international system, recognition is a political act by other states, not a legal obligation. To gain recognition, a new state must demonstrate that it meets the criteria of statehood, primarily territory, population, effective government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states, the declarative theory of statehood. Demonstration of effective government. When a government, the de facto authority, calls for a mass protest, rally, or demonstration, it shows that it has the institutional capacity to mobilize and control its population. This demonstrates effective governance over its territory and people. Proof of popular will. It presents a public, visual spectacle to the world that the quest for recognition is not just a fringe movement, but is supported by the broad will of the people. This is a crucial emotive argument the new state can make to foreign governments and international bodies like the UN. A protest called by a political party or NGO, while significant, only represents a portion of the population or political spectrum. 2. Foreign policy and diplomatic signaling. Since the unrecognized country lacks formal diplomatic channels, the state-mobilized protest becomes a substitute for traditional foreign policy. Directed message. The government can craft a specific message, e.g., we demand UN membership, we oppose parent state X's aggression, that is aimed directly at specific foreign capital cities or international organizations. This turns the protest into a public foreign policy maneuver. Security guarantee. By demonstrating internal strength and popular cohesion, the de facto government signals to potential adversaries, often the original parent state that claims the territory, and potential patrons, that an attack or attempt to reclaim the territory would be met with fierce unified resistance. This can act as a psychological deterrent. 3. Nation building and internal cohesion. Internal. For an unrecognized state, which is constantly under threat of collapse or absorption by its parent state, internal unity is paramount. Forging a national identity. State-led demonstrations provide a powerful narrative around which the population can build a common political identity. The shared public act reinforces the idea that they are a separate, distinct nation, with a common goal, recognition. Reinforcing the government's authority. By successfully organizing a massive demonstration, the government reinforces its own central role as the sole legitimate representative of the people's will. This is a vital internal mechanism for state consolidation and control.
I'm going to play it. You know how we do it? I'm going to play it again for second time. Then the third time, we'll be playing, stop, and do analysis, and we move. Why protest from the hand, from the office of our DPM is important, and what it means to the movement that we are into right now. That's why I told you, when we focus on the local things, the real thing that is holding us will be laid down. But when we focus on the real things, the small one is by the side. They are telling you the importance of a government calling for a protest, leading the protest by themselves, as now that we are unrecognized country. And the one that a group call, they said that one is for a portion of a group. But the one of government, they call it mobilization of popular population, proving that the government is in charge. Listen again.
It is more important for the government of an unrecognized country to call for protests for international recognition than for a private group of people to do so, because the government's action carries official, diplomatic weight and serves multiple critical state-building functions. A government-led protest is a state-sponsored public declaration of sovereignty, which is a powerful tool in international relations. 1. Establishing official mandate and legitimacy. External. In the international system, recognition is a political act by other states, not a legal obligation. To gain recognition, a new state must demonstrate that it meets the criteria of statehood, primarily territory, population, effective government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states, the declarative theory of statehood. Demonstration of effective government. When a government, the de facto authority, calls for a mass protest, rally, or demonstration, it shows that it has the institutional capacity to mobilize and control its population. This demonstrates effective governance over its territory and people. Proof of popular will. It presents a public, visual spectacle to the world that the quest for recognition is not just a fringe movement, but is supported by the broad will of the people. This is a crucial emotive argument the new state can make to foreign governments and international bodies like the UN. A protest called by a political party or NGO, while significant, only represents a portion of the population or political spectrum. 2. Foreign policy and diplomatic signaling. Since the unrecognized country lacks formal diplomatic channels, the state-mobilized protest becomes a substitute for traditional foreign policy. Directed message. The government can craft a specific message, e.g., we demand UN membership, we oppose parent state X's aggression, that is aimed directly at specific foreign capital cities or international organizations. This turns the protest into a public foreign policy maneuver. Security guarantee. By demonstrating internal strength and popular cohesion, the de facto government signals to potential adversaries, often the original parent state that claims the territory, and potential patrons, that an attack or attempt to reclaim the territory would be met with fierce unified resistance. This can act as a psychological deterrent. 3. Nation building and internal cohesion. Internal. For an unrecognized state, which is constantly under threat of collapse or absorption by its parent state, internal unity is paramount. Forging a national identity. State-led demonstrations provide a powerful narrative around which the population can build a common political identity. The shared public act reinforces the idea that they are a separate, distinct nation, with a common goal, recognition. Reinforcing the government's authority. By successfully organizing a massive demonstration, the government reinforces its own central role as the sole legitimate representative of the people's will. This is a vital internal mechanism for state consolidation and control.
I hope you are hearing it. I hope there is tools, there is things that you might shy away from. It might be those who are not doing delaying you. It might be when you are doing it, it becomes very quicker. Obatobie believe in the means of multiple dimension that is inclusive of all. Now we go into our analysis. We play, we pause, we analyze, and we move.
It is more important for the government of an unrecognized country to call for protests for international recognition than for a private group of people to do so, because the government's action carries official, diplomatic weight and serves multiple critical state-building functions.
Hold it here. It is more important for the government of an unrecognized country like United States of Biafra that are not recognized right now. It is more important for the government of an unrecognized country to call for protests, to call, this is international, telling us what to do, to call for protests for international recognition. The protest means a way of international recognition. Then, than for a private group of people to do so, because the government action carries official diplomatic weight and solve multiple criteria state building functions or factors. Are you following? Our government of United of Biafra calling for a protest, they said is one of the most important things to do. That the protest being called by the government is to use that protest that is openly to seek international recognition. This is the first area that they are leading us to, that the protest is leading to. That the protest is for what? For the world to know, for ndị anọ na YouTube, for ndị anọ na social media, for them to know that Biafra has been re-declared, that we are seeking for recognition all over the world. And it goes with hashtag, it still will not go viral. This is what some country has been done in the past. The quicker one of it is the one of Bangladesh. Under 1 year, they got international recognition because Their people, their government in exile, who lead their people are in abroad, always calling for protests in UK, in America. This is the two ways they hosted their protests for maximum 1 before it gets to maximum 1 year. They got their own international recognition. Don't you think that if we try it, now that we are not into armed struggle, the government of United States of Biafra are not into armed struggle? Can I hope you can see that they are into what? Peaceful movement to get international recognition, because the world or the international community values that country, the people who declare their country, and they want to be recognized peacefully, not by armed struggle. They said they value that one so much. Now, going further, the government action carries official diplomatic weight. Protests under the name of United States of Biafra carry official diplomatic weight more than the one that group of people is calling for. So you, who is hoping for Chowore call protest or the mass Nandekano, you don't understand the game. Chowore is awareness. Chowore is also calling to make a one Nigeria a better place, like the video of Mazi Nandekano I played for you here, calling to make, doing protests to make a Nigeria a better place. That is what Chowore means. And also letting the world to know that injustice is going on, that even though if Biafran people exit from that country called Nigeria, that death sentence called Nigeria, that people might need, they need also to have their equal right and equal chances, and they don't need injustice. That is what that protest signal. The weight, they call it that the one that the government action standing out for protests with our DPM, or doing an executive protest with the cabinet member, and also leading the one of outside that is not executive one. They say that it carries official diplomatic weight, and that it serves as multiple criteria into a state building functions or factors. This is why protest is important. The power of protest is very, very bigger. Is the world values that 100% more than the one that individual are calling. That one does not have weight, and it does not have diplomatic weight.
A government-led protest is a state-sponsored public declaration of sovereignty, which is a powerful tool in international relations.
Do you hear it? A government-led protest is a state-sponsored public declaration of a sovereign state. Our protests in America, our protests in UK, our protests in some areas that are very vital is what we are doing. The government can also submit a letter of protest to Russia, even if it is only 5 people. It's a protest. What does it mean? They say that it means a sponsored public declaration of a sovereignty. By that means, we are declaring that Biafra is a full-grown sovereignty nation. That is what, look at it here. My own happiness is that the government said they are planning something that will shock all of us. It might be the protest. Instead of me to talk at back, I talk at front. They also say, which is a powerful tool in international relations. The protest from the government is a powerful tool under international relations. That the protest draw international relations, and it's also draw international recognition to the United States of Biafra, the unrecognized country. That is where we are. That is the truth of the figure. When you think that thing you are saying is the one, the main one was hiding somewhere until you bring it out. Please, I urge you to share and like this program. Please, if you think you can. You will see the like. There is a 3 dots in front of you. Click on that 3 dots in front of your screen. It will open. You will see like and share and also subscribe. This is Real Biafra TV, bringing you bitter truths, bringing it raw to you without missing words, without romancing it, without thinking it in my own way. No. A government-led protest is a state-sponsored public declaration of a sovereignty, which is a powerful tool in international relations.
1. Establishing official mandate and legitimacy. External. In the international system, recognition is a political act by other states, not a legal obligation. To gain recognition, a new state must demonstrate that it meets the criteria of statehood, primarily, territory, population, effective government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states, the declarative theory of statehood.
Do you hear it? Establishing official mandate and legitimacy, external. In the international system, recognition is a political act by other states, not a legal obligation. Not a legal obligation. A way called to get recognition. A way called to win the world is a through the protest. Countries will be seeing you, and when we go further, you will hear how we have to arrange the protest. That government has to arrange the protest and what they ask them to type for us to get international recognition. To free Mazin and Kama Simon Eba. These are truth. These are pure facts that we might be missing. To gain recognition, a new state must demonstrate that it met the criteria of stakehold, primarily territory, population, effective government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states. We must demonstrate how. Through the protest is how we demonstrate it, not being on S and be talking. Yes, it's very important. But the reason is everybody is okay. Check on that our S handle in this my YouTube page. Check how people are watching and people are sharing. There's thousands and millions who are not hearing what I am doing here. There's thousands and millions who did not know that Biafra has been declared. When that protest continuously continue, that is why Bangladesh did it for 1 year. Bangladesh did it for 9 months. From the day they declared their declaration and the leader was taken away from them, what happened? They continued protest without wasting time. First people that protest for Bangladesh is only 3 people for their first time. UK, because the people live in UK so much. The people in UK is 6 that started the protest. Second time, the people in America become 6 in the second day. They become 6 openly, carry placards, write what they want. Then the people in UK that are 6 becomes 15. It's not mobilizing. It has started growing. They made it every week, once in a week. That is how Bangladesh people did their own, and it works for them. And they come out. Today they are a nation. A well-organized nation like Bangladesh. When they started, people was laughing at them like the way you think that, oh, because of all this chaos, all this problem, we are not together. If nobody will call. And I ask you one question. Those that are donating on general when we come back from Finland, and those who are donating now, which number is bigger than? The more the days are coming, the more the people open the eyes and see the truth and come inside. That is why I give you the instances of Bangladesh people. The executive have time to go to where big men are sitting, where the American government are there. The same thing in UK. They will go, they will carry their banner, put on their seats. People will be reading what is there. All these things draws attention of the of America to push India to be a mediator. This is can push America. This can push any country to ask one country in Europe or in Africa to be a mediator to what we are doing. You don't know what that will work. That is why they call it the protest is a multiple purpose. It's a multiple option for the government. We have now to prove to the world that our territory is complete. That the territory that is complete is not by mouth or by paper. Even though the world know that when a new country is being declared, happens in a rebel. They know that all these groups are refusing to order the government are rebel of the new government. So they are not holding that side. They are holding you who has the documents and who are making the protest of what you want. It's your right. And when you are making it with a demand of recognition, like Bangladesh did, in the Bangladesh placards or banner, you will always see we are seeking for international recognition. That we have made our declaration, they took our leader away. They did all this in their placards. They will keep it wherever they are. Even they also print clothes, polo. The Bangladesh people, they printed polo, and in front of that polo, they write everything there, front and back. They write their demand. Their people bought the polo and start wearing it. That is what you call multiple dimension. They use placards. If those are current placards are not there, when you are going to work, you wear it. People are reading. When you sit in your office, your boss are reading what you put in there. If the place you go without uniform, some of them they will wear it inside boss. When they get close to the office, they will change. All these things is things that need to implement. Because no one go on a journey. That is our own situation right now. That is why sometimes we need to copy what other people do. That is their history. That is when I say no want to use the seat, no. We look at the example of those who have done this in the past. And we also follow them. And we also do the same thing that they did. It can work. And now protest is the most powerful. The world organized peaceful protest of getting international recognition more value than any other way of a country getting their international recognition. And the protests bring it very fast to the people. That is why Bangladesh in 1971 declaration, in 1972 gets international recognition and they're in their own country. They did not stop until they finally become even though when India was mediating discussing with their government in exile, they are still doing their protests. They are still doing what? Doing their protests. These are the things that we need to do to make sure that the multiple dimension of Atobi is using works. The government can print polo, write our demands, then share it. Even it can be sponsored free to some state. Even one person can sponsor it and say, okay, I sponsor 20 polo. Write our why we need Biafra, why we need declaration, oh no, why we need our declaration, things, no, why we need international recognition, and things we want, and things that make us to be doing that. The Bangladesh, they all their colors of the clothes, they write it front and back. So if they face you, you are reading. If they back you, you are reading. Some of them will pass, people will hold them and read what is on that document, on the polo they wear on their clothes. Some stop wearing their uniform from their house. When they go to the road, they will now wear the top. Some of them use it and put as inner cloth. So once they come, they will remove it. Only that one will stay. We can also apply those things. These are the things that these are the things we can do to draw attention of the international community. A man a Biafra nation, now with that organization, no silicon water. And the protest can lead us to that. Open protest.
Demonstration of effective government. When a government, the de facto authority, calls for a mass protest, rally or demonstration, it shows that it has the institutional capacity to mobilize and control its population. This demonstrates effective governance over its territory and people.
Do you hear this again? Demonstration of effective government. Government in all, government that are doing something. Government with a government, the de facto authority, call for a massive protest. Who will call? The government. Not you, not me. The government. The federal government authority calls for a massive protest, rally, or demonstration. It shows that it has the situation capacity to mobilize and control its population. The protests also prove that our DPM and the cabinet members are in control of the population of the Biafran people. That is why the protest is important. Let me tell you why Elias was vice president of that protest is just to draw attention. But because of they are not right legitimate one, it doesn't count. They see it as an individual protest that does not have diplomatic movement on it, diplomatic authority. That's how they see that one. That is why Genkere went to congressmen. All the congressmen run away. And he told you, oh, they are watching us on television. See the Mugu, even implicating himself. That the congressmen, they are busy. People that you have told or you have agreements that we are coming, and the day that you are coming to see them, they all disappeared. And you open your mouth and telling the gullibles that are following you that the congressmen, despite that they are busy, they are watching us on television. Who does that? The congressmen know that Ogenkere is a rebel. He is not legit one. They knew. They are hearing what is going on. Some of the congressmen there are on the side of United States of Biafra. And until Akawaragi. And it's just like Akawaragi see Wogi. We are not building Biafra that look like Nigeria again. No, now. If it is like that, let us go and stay for that sentence. We are not building a Biafra like that thing. No, we are building a righteous, precious freedom country. That is what we are building. The protests prove that the government is in control of the population. They are the one controlling their people. They have the authority. That is why open protest is concerned. It's very important. When a government de facto authority calls for a mass protest, rally, or demonstration, it shows that it has the institutional capacity to mobilize and control its population. The demonstration effective governance over its territory and people. It shows that our governments are effective, number one. Number two here, it shows that they are in control of the population over 50 or 80 or 100 million Biafrans, even though if it's only 10 people come for the protest. That's what it shows. The demonstration effective governance of the territory and the people. It shows that our government is govern our territory. By tomorrow, we're going to talk about the vote also. So you will see how it is and how it works. Protest. That we need to champion it. It gives the government the legitimacy power. And the world will say, yes, they know what they are doing.
Proof of popular will. It presents a public, visual spectacle to the world that the quest for recognition is not just a fringe movement, but is supported by the broad will of the people. This is a crucial emotive argument a new state can make to foreign governments and international bodies like the UN. A protest called by a political party or NGO, while significant, only represents a portion of the population or political spectrum.
Do you hear that? I want you to know the importance of the protest. So you know that it's very, very important that even if our government is forgotten, we have the right to remind them. It's our right to exercise our feelings or what we think, what we see, that will help the government to do something. Proof of population will. It presents a public version separately to the world that the quest for recognition is not just a fringy movement, but is supported by the broader will of the people. Our international recognition we are seeking now. This one is not declaration again. It's seeking international recognition. That the protest of people coming out to protest often and on simply means that the government has the will of the people and they're in charge. They said here the movement, but it's supported by the broader will of the people, not the will of the people. We are not going to wait for all the what makes Biafra to come to the protest. No. Bangali did not wait for them. They start with 3 and 6. Others come late and join. And all they are working for only one goal of what? International recognition. The only one thing that we are lacking right now is international recognition. And the protest can lead to that. With what we are seeing here now, protest can lead to that international recognition very fast. This is a crucial motive argument the new system, the new state can make to the foreign government and international bodies like the UN. When the protest is going on, then our Congress or lobby men can go through our government and go and argue under UN that we have met all the criteria. Look at the population that are protesting every day. Look at this, look at this, look at this. And also argue with them. You told us that when a new country is being declared, there will be a rebel. Those that you are not seeing now are the rebel. When you get all this social recognition, all will come back. Then you also bring some histories where those things has happened. You can also bring this America that we are into UN right now. Why do people fight with North and South? Why do people fight code internal within yourself? It's not because of the rebel. It is. All these things is an argument that we can argue that will lead us to international recognition. What brings this? Protest. What brings it? Protest. A protest called by the political party or NGO, while significant, only represents a portion. Nkawa individual is represent for a portion of a population or political system. That the nkawa ndi mmadụ na-akpọ na afia as just a portion. Na nke NGO. Okay, let us say na fallback bụ NGO. Ihe abụ na ha na-eme a na-afia as a small portion doing something. But when the governments are doing it, it now becomes a big and a popular will of the people, and also proving that the government is in charge, that they have capacity to control its people and the border and secure the new countries' international recognition and secure the release of those that was kidnapped and those that were arrested. This is what protests can do. On this junction, please, our line is open in case if one are called to submit something or to suggest something or to bring another idea. It's welcome development. Yesterday, tell me that our government announced the social media where we can forward informations. We have many information to forward to the government. We are not because of we know it all. No, We are not going to how what the spirit of Biafra leads us to do, to help, how we can render help, how we can serve our people, how we can become a willing tool to help the government. To if there are things that they don't have time to look at, when you send it there, they will have time to look into it. That is why it's important that no brain is a waste. No brain is a waste. So whatever you do on social media is not waste. It is genuine. I hope you are hearing this. I hope you are hearing it. That is why it's important when you come here, please like and share this program. Make it go viral. So others will know that the government know what they are doing, and we as a foreign government, we know why we are flowing, and we understand the template that the government is using also. Number 2.
2. Foreign policy and diplomatic signaling. Since the unrecognized country lacks formal diplomatic channels, the state-mobilized protest becomes a substitute for traditional foreign policy.
Do you hear it? Foreign policy and diplomatic signal. Since the unrecognized country like United States of Biafra lack formal diplomatic channels, the state mobilizing protests become a supportive for traditional foreign policy. Protests. Protests. What protests can help us to do? What protests can achieve with us? What we can use protests to achieve under foreign policy and diplomatic movement. It's not only about using pen and paper. Yes, it is. But eyes witness, evidence that Anna Fuanya has a lot of things to do with. Protests become a substitute for traditional foreign policy. Now the protests will something that leads to international, no, they call it traditional. Now protest is a traditional foreign policy that leads to international recognition. Very fast. We have fought for this Biafra. It remains by next year. We have fought for Biafra for 60 years. Without a government, without declaration. Now that we have declared after 2 look at the areas we have to go. Now that we are not into armed struggle. Even though Bangladesh somehow into armed struggle and be doing their protests also. That is multiple dimension for them. So what is stopping you? If you're going to call for the protest in a country where you are, why can't you come outside if you claim that you're a Biafran? If you claim you love yourself of Biafra or none on a hiding, you don't want some people to see you, to know who you are. Is it why you're afraid? That means you never want Biafra to come. That means you don't, if you're against protest from US government, you don't want Biafra. Why are you hiding? Put your face now. If you know you want Biafra to come. Remember that our line are open in case anytime you want to call. Let us continue. Since the unrecognized country lacks formal diplomatic channel, the state mobilizing protests become for a traditional foreign policy.
Directed message. The government can craft a specific message, e.g., we demand UN membership, we oppose parent state X's aggression, that is aimed directly at specific foreign capital cities or international organizations. This turns the protest into a public foreign policy maneuver.
Do you hear it? Direct message. The government can craft a specific message, e.g., we demand UN membership on our placards. Now they are breaking it down to all of us. We oppose parent states as agitation, that is aggression. That is what? Nigeria. That we oppose it. We don't want it. That is aimed directly at specific foreign capital crisis, international organization. This turned the protest into public foreign police maneuver. It has now turned, because of what we wrote on our placards, The message we are sending, like even on our clothes, the government can print polo and write what we need, what we want the world to know. Then we will start wearing it everywhere we go. Everywhere you know you are going out on the road, people will see you. Wear it. Let it become our tradition to wear that polo or that clothes come from the University of Biafra, represent protests. There is many ways you can achieve what we are doing.
Security guarantee. By demonstrating internal strength and popular cohesion, the de facto government signals to potential adversaries, often the original parent state that claims the territory, and potential patrons, that an attack or attempt to reclaim the territory would be met with fierce unified resistance. This can act as a psychological deterrent. 3. Nation building.
Do you hear it? Security granted. By demonstrating internal strength and the popular cohesion, the de facto government singly to protect adversary after that original parent state that claim the territory and they protect their that attacking or attempt to reclaim their territory will be met with fragile, ununiform resistance. This can act as a direct attack if Nigeria refuses to move on from our land. When we are doing the protests, when the international community has recognized us and they refuse to do it, it has become something that all of us have to do, or stand up and continue the protest until they leave our land. I hope you are following. I hope so. Protest, why it's important from the office of our government, not the individual protests. That is it. So it is very good that we understand it very well, that all these things are what is going to help us to get what we want.
An internal cohesion. Internal. For an unrecognized state, which is constantly under threat of collapse or absorption by its parent state, internal unity is paramount. For
an unorganized state which is constantly under threat of collapse or absorption from its parent state, from Nigeria intimidating us, try to abuse us, try to make mockery of us. What happened? Internal unity is paramount. When we are on the protest, now whatever Nigeria is doing, our international recognition is paramount, because of we resist and we stand up, we are doing our protest, we are making everything in between to make that once the declaration comes in, our currency is getting ready, our passport is getting ready, our card is getting ready, everything in between. Once they said, oh, everything moves, that simply means that the governments are effective and they're prepared to work. Foreign national identity, ID card or identity.
A national identity, state-led demonstrations provide a powerful narrative around which the population can build a common political identity. The shared public act reinforces the idea that they are a separate, distinct nation with a common goal, recognition, reinforcing the government's.
Listen. Foreign national identity, state-led demonstration provide as a powerful narrative around which the population can build a common political identity. The shared public act refers that idea that they are separate foreign country destination with among global recognition. What are we looking for? Recognition in the name of protest. Protest in the name of recognition. That's what they're telling us here. This is how we build ourselves. This is how we get what we are seeking for very quick. This is how we are telling us now, what you seek, we have gotten it by being fast, and they will be released, and we will be in our own country. If our matter has reached in the office, what they are looking for, who are these people who bring this notice, this letter now? How many are there? The protests prove that we are many.
Authority. By successfully organizing a massive demonstration, the government reinforces its own central role as the sole legitimate representative of the people's will. This is a vital internal mechanism for state consolidation and control.
I hope you listen to this. I hope you got something from here. This is what they want us to do. Like I told you, from this junction, our mic is open to any call of any kind of that is in your mind. All we are doing is suggestion, inclusive of all, into what we are doing. No one is waste, and no one we not need. We need all of them. We need all this. Reinforcing the government authority by successfully organizing a massive protest demonstration. The government claimed the owner's central role as sole legitimate representative of the people's will. That the protest proved that the government are representing the people's will. By you and I coming for that protest, giving the government, the US government, the power, the mandate, giving them that respect that the global community are looking for, that they are in control in what we are doing as a new state without recognition. They call it unrecognized country. That is who you and I is. Why that the protest can help us to do that? Champion for it. And we move. That is multiple dimension. Think what the global community needs for us to do. Present it so when they come on your platform, they will see what we are doing. That we understand the importance of who we are and why we are doing what we are doing. All these things are inclusive. They call it, for me, I call it inclusive of all. Everything that Farozo, and you worry. I was told that even he made a mistake, in favor. But this protest is not a mistake. It's a pure legit right of a new country to showcase their strength that they are in charge of the new country. Despite in the beginning, now they will land dispute, country dispute. Now they will rebel. Now they will insurgencies inside the new country. That is people that you are hovering around. How could they stop you or stop us? That means we are not serious. If you are looking for, if they call protest now, many people will come. You look at child's play. Start with that child's play. Without a child play, you can never grow up. Without a child being played, that child cannot be able to grow up. Let's see that the first time, 5 people, 2 people comes outside is something. You know, the man is not there, I didn't go to. Only a man room with Wohishi, Hecherobudo. To a protest at home in the first place. Also, then the executive protest. You can go and say, somewhere, feel when the big man idea about or group like us head in the Wasabi, or go away to stand by. About the one is your Hibutia, it draws the attentions of the world. All these things are inclusive of all. All these are multiple dimensions to lead us to recognition, to free mass in Nandi Kanu and Simon Ever. If you love them, if you love them, if you ever love 2 of them, I will play it 2 times again without touching it. So if you want a record, you can go and send it out, as I always said. Yes, Rola from Mozambique, you are welcome. Good morning from here. I am good. This is Biafra TV. Please like our program, share if you never do that. One love. Yes, so you will see a 3 dots in front of your phone. Click that, and it will open. You will see like and share. Then give us subscribe on our page so you know when we are live. Biafra is the light of Africa. Once Biafra is free, then you will know who is giant of Africa. Biafra is the giant of Africa. Biafra is the light of Africa. Because Africa died because of Biafra's not in existence. Once Biafra rose and lived, Africa will live again and light will shine. We are fighting for every human right in every human being in different parts of the world, anything called blacks, even white, we also fight for their own freedom. That is who we are. That is who we really are. So, please, listen. But if a call comes in, we will take.
It is more important for the government of an unrecognized country to call for protests for international recognition than for a private group of people to do so, because the government's action carries official, diplomatic weight and serves multiple critical state-building functions. A government-led protest is a state-sponsored public declaration of sovereignty, which is a powerful tool in international relations. 1. Establishing official mandate and legitimacy. External. In the international system, recognition is a political act by other states, not a legal obligation. To gain recognition, a new state must demonstrate that it meets the criteria of statehood, primarily territory, population, effective government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states, the declarative theory of statehood. Demonstration of effective government. When a government, the de facto authority, calls for a mass protest, rally, or demonstration, it shows that it has the institutional capacity to mobilize and control its population. This demonstrates effective governance over its territory and people. Proof of popular will. It presents a public, visual spectacle to the world that the quest for recognition is not just a fringe movement, but is supported by the broad will of the people. This is a crucial emotive argument the new state can make to foreign governments and international bodies like the UN. A protest called by a political party or NGO, while significant, only represents a portion of the population or political spectrum. 2. Foreign policy and diplomatic signaling. Since the unrecognized country lacks formal diplomatic channels, the state-mobilized protest becomes a substitute for traditional foreign policy. Directed message. The government can craft a specific message, e.g., we demand UN membership, we oppose parent state X's aggression, that is aimed directly at specific foreign capital cities or international organizations. This turns the protest into a public foreign policy maneuver. Security guarantee. By demonstrating internal strength and popular cohesion, the de facto government signals to potential adversaries, often the original parent state that claims the territory, and potential patrons, that an attack or attempt to reclaim the territory would be met with fierce unified resistance. This can act as a psychological deterrent. 3. Nation building and internal cohesion. Internal. For an unrecognized state, which is constantly under threat of collapse or absorption by its parent state, internal unity is paramount. Forging a national identity. State-led demonstrations provide a powerful narrative around which the population can build a common political identity. The shared public act reinforces the idea that they are a separate, distinct nation, with a common goal, recognition. Reinforcing the government's authority. By successfully organizing a massive demonstration, the government reinforces its own central role as the sole legitimate representative of the people's will. This is a vital internal mechanism for state consolidation and control.
I hope you heard this clearly. I hope you heard this clearly. Why we need protests from the government. But I am happy that the government are gearing towards that. That maybe after our election or before our election, something might happen. So you have heard it clearly here today that what happened? That protest is one of the most powerful tools to gain what we are looking. We are only looking for one thing, only one thing. What is that thing? International recognition. Then you ask yourself, after we have get international recognition, what are you going to be preaching or representing in your social media handle? You must build yourself up from now to adhere to what will happen then, as very soon as it's going to happen, as we believe on it. The Biafran people, the government, once they call, we will answer to that. They can also print polo and write what we want on all over the polos. So we wear it. Even if you're going to work, it's only those that in homeland might not get into it because I avoid killing. But you who is in where you can walk freely, why can't you do that? Build the polo will be very nice, very quality. That when you wear it, it serves you for all purpose. Once you're going to work, you have your jacket or your normal the other cloth on top. Once you get into office, then you now wear it. When you outside, remove that one and hold it on your hand or put it inside your bag, and you wear the polo. When you are moving, people are reading. All these things are protests. All these things are what? Pure, legit protests. That's what it is. Everything we are doing is for, there is a reason why we are doing that. Because that is what God kind of let us to do. So we can be able to be free from this enclave called One Nigeria that was meant to destroy all of us. So please, I want you to understand the importance of what we are doing. I want to understand that time has changed. How we must gear towards what will get us international recognition. If you know the value of international recognition and what this international recognition does, like now our leader is being kidnapped and Malakan is arrested, Simon is arrested. We need this massive protest. We need it all the time, or 2 times in a month, or every week, like other countries their own. These are the things that we need to do to leave that enclave, to destroy this death sentence called One Nigeria. Because One Nigeria, you know that is a death sentence to you and to to every indigenous people. Look at how people are dying in Benue State. Biafra coming will stop. Biafra recognition not coming because it has already come. Biafra recognition will end all this impunity. That is the things that we all must know. So my people, we ask for call. If you want to call, please. We have only 20 minutes. If call comes in, we continue. Maybe the call might trigger us to go to second to third round, but if call did not come, small time we're going to end it because I have talked for 2 hours and only me alone. So if you want program to continue, maybe you might call to ginger me or to say something that will encourage me to bring another document or another history that we have to go into. If you want the program to continue, it depends on your hand, because for me, I have talked for confirmed 2 hours and I have talked for confirmed 2 hours 10 minutes. I have been talking. So if you know that you want me to continue, maybe you may call to talk a little bit, then I will take it over from there.
The core difference between the two types of protests lies in their legitimacy, terminology, motivation, and purpose. Feature: protest called by the government of an unrecognized state. Protest called by a group of people, citizen-led. Terminology: often called a state-mobilized movement, SMM, a state-sponsored protest,
this is
or a
a
mass
protest
rally.
like Nigeria. That is what it is doing for those who want Nigeria. This is kind of the protest. Now, a kind of protest of a government with unorganized. Do you hear what they said? So, because there's nothing to hide, we have to present everything to you. We have to bring it the way it is, how other countries did their own, and how they got it. Let me go back to Bangladesh history so you may understand something. Listen to this.
Yes, the people of Bangladesh, then East Pakistan, engaged in massive and extensive protests, political movements, and armed resistance during the entire period. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was imprisoned before his release in January 1972. Sheikh...
Yes, a friend, what is the time here is 4 minutes after 11 morning. That is the time here. 11:14 is the time.
Mujibur Rahman was arrested on the night of March 25, 1971 by the Pakistani army. His arrest and the subsequent military crackdown known as Operation Searchlight immediately triggered the Bangladesh Liberation War. The protests and resistance that took place between March 1971 and January 1972 were not simply for his release, but for the full independence of Bangladesh itself. Forms of resistance during imprisonment, March 1971 to January 1972. The main forms of resistance during his imprisonment included: 1. Armed resistance, Mukti Bahini. The most intense form was the full-scale guerrilla war fought by the Mukti Bahini, freedom fighters. This military resistance, backed by India, successfully fought the Pakistani army for 9 months, leading to Pakistan's surrender on December 16, 1971, and the birth of Bangladesh. 2. The Provisional Government. The senior political leaders of Sheikh Mujib's party, the Awami League, formed the Mujibnagar government in exile, on April 10, 1971. They declared Sheikh Mujib as president, and continued to govern the liberation efforts, diplomatic lobbying, and war coordination in his absence. 3. Civil disobedience. Prior to his arrest, Sheikh Mujib had already called for a non-cooperation movement, beginning in early March 1971, which effectively established the Awami League's control over East Pakistan's civil administration. This widespread civil disobedience continued in various forms throughout the war. 4. International protests. Bengalis living abroad, especially in the UK and US, organized massive rallies and campaigns, such as the Recognise Bangladesh movement, to pressure international governments to condemn the atrocities and recognize the new state. This was crucial in building the international pressure that ultimately led to Sheikh Mujib's release from his prison cell in West Pakistan in January 1972.
This is all I have to offer for you for today. Our people are busy at work. We know how it is, but they are listening. So I want to thank you for being here. And from me, from here, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.